Hello, I'm Shrant Mahadev, and I'm from Lansing, Michigan, and my research is about the impacts of AI in player profiling and personalization. Introduction. Artificial intelligence uh, is changing the gaming world in many cool ways, like player profiling and personalization. Player profiling looks at how someone plays, tracks their habits and preferences. Personalization adapts the game to match those behaviors. For example, games like Fortnite adapt the difficulty level based on how well a player is doing, making each match more tailored to their skill levels. It's not always about gameplay, and as it's also really good for business. For instance, Call of Duty recommends in-game purchases and skins uh, and upgrades based on what players are most likely to buy. This boosts the company's revenue and player engagements. As AI techs get better, future games will be even more advanced and personalized. In Assassin's Creed, for example, AI tracks a player's choices and adjusts the game's storytelling to match their preferences. Research problems. How does AI enhance the personalization of player experiences in gaming? What are the key AI technologies used in player profiling? What ethical challenges are associated with AI-driven player profiling and personalization? History in AI gaming. AI gaming dates back to as early as 1950s when developers started using rule-based systems to create smart opponents for games such as chess. Early models like the Minimax algorithms helped build computer opponents that could make strategic moves and also were pretty basic and didn't attack much. During the 1990s, machine learning was used in strategy games like Civilization and StarCraft. These games pushed AI to gather resources and respond to players in real time. This created more realistic and interactive NPCs, which are non-playable characters used in games AI to enhance the story and gameplay experiences. During the 21st century, data-driven techniques like deep learning and reinforcement learning allowed the AI system to learn from large datasets and make more accurate decisions. Games like Left 4 Dead and The Sims used AI to adjust difficulty and content based on how players acted, learning from each player's unique styles. This resulted in games automatically changing their storylines and challenges, which made the experiences better by matching players' preferences and their skill levels. Currently, high amounts of player data further enhances the AI system to accommodate complex decision making. For example, in games such as Fortnite or Call of Duty, AI systems inspect the game, play statistics to balance out matchmaking, and suggest in-game purchases. Key concepts and technologies. So basically, player profiling is how AI studies a player's game habits, skills, and styles. Personalization is when the game changes things like the story and difficulty to match the player profiling. Machine learning is like teaching computers to learn from experience, and in games it makes the NPCs smarter and tailors the experience towards what you prefer. Clustering is when you group similar players or actions together. It helps figure out what types of challenges different players enjoy. Decision trees are used in games to help characters decide what to do based on the choices that players make. Neural networks are like mini brains for computers. They help recognize patterns so they can do things like understand your speech or recognize characters. Reinforcement learning is learning from like trial and error. AI uses it to get better at playing the game, just like how players learn with more practice. Uh, Literature reviews. Researchers Canosa et al. In 2018 demonstrated how we can analyze player behavior using data-driven techniques. Significant aspect of this involves employing clustering algorithms to group player based on their behaviors, allowing game developers to fine-tune the gaming experience to better match different player types. Yannikakis and Tigelius in 2018 talked about how AI-driven personalization in games, especially dynamically difficult adjustment techniques. They argued that DDA helps keep players engaged by changing challenges in real time. DDA is where games automatically adjust the difficulty level based on a player's performance. Zook and Radel in 2019 described how AI can transform the flow of in-game activity through players' choices, allowing the players to have more freedom and personalized storytelling experiences. Theoretical frameworks. Self-determination theory focuses on three main things that motivate people in gaming: feeling in control, building skills, and connecting with others. AI can personalize choices for players, making them feel more in control and more engaged in their games. It can also provide helpful feedback to help players improve, which gives them a sense of achievement. AI also encourages social interactions, creating a community vibe that keeps players coming back to their games. Flow theory by Shizix states that player satisfaction peaks when game challenges match their skill levels, which maintains their engagement. AI personalization adjusts gameplay based on their understanding, offering feedback and enhancing their experiences and to improve player retention. Breakthroughs and concerns. Neural networks are great at predicting how players behave and what they like in data-heavy games, helping to tweak the game on the fly. They really help boost player satisfaction by enabling smarter, personalized game designs. Deep reinforcement learning, or DRL, trains AI to tackle complex video games, showing how AI can learn strategies based on how well they perform. This has a big impact on making games more personalized for the player base. Concerns about data privacy and ethics are growing. Whitson points out that collecting data for profiling can invade privacy. There are important questions about limits, transparency, consents, and players' rights. King and Del Fabro in 2019 cautioned that AI personalization could encourage addictive behaviors. They pushed for an ethical framework that balances engagement with player well-being. Research methodology. This study uses a mixed methods approach, blending qualitative and quantitative methods to give a look at AI in player profiling and personalization. This includes reviewing case studies, interviewing industry experts, and gathering quantitative data through companies' feedbacks. The study explores various AI models like machine learning algorithms such as neural networks and design trees, which are often used to analyze player behaviors and personalize experiences. It also highlights the reinforcement learning program or algorithm for their ability to adjust game difficulty scenarios and based on how players perform. Additionally, using the NLP or the natural language processing helps with chatbots and tweaking in-game dialogue, which also boosts player engagement. Data is collected from secondary various resources such as gameplay logs, user interactions, and player surveys to understand gaming experiences with AI personalization. It also includes secondary data from researchers, case studies, and reports on AI in gaming. The study uses data mining techniques to analyze player behavior. Some of them include regression analysis and machine learning models and thematic analysis to examine interview and survey data to uncover key themes. So in this graph, we can see gaming sessions lengths have been very close in length to the previous year when compared from January to May. But January, March, and May were slightly above the 2022 gaming sessions compared to 2023. Ubisoft uses AI to analyze player behavior identifying patterns and preferences to offer personalized content and suggestions. This has led to increased player satisfaction and prolonged game engagements. Reinforcement learning enables games to adapt dynamically to player skill and preferences. This approach is seen in games like Left 4 Dead, where AI adjusts the difficulty in real time based on players' performances, creating a more balanced and challenging experience. Machine learning algorithms in games like Fortnite and League of Legends, which use AI to match players of similar skill level, reduces the likelihood of uneven matchmaking and thus enhances player enjoyment. What are key technologies used in player profiling? Using AI to predict player behavior is far more efficient, as algorithms can analyze player actions in real time, gather data, and compare it with past results. AI can then make predictions uh, based off of the previous data. Churn predictions are machine learning models that can alert developers of players' behavior that suggest the likeliness of a player quitting the game. Thus, developers can take further actions to keep players interested. With the use of machine learning programs, players could be grouped into different categories such as playing styles, engagement levels, and willingness to make purchases. Recommendation algorithms can be used to observe each player, analyze their patterns, and adjust their in-game content for them to be more engaged. What ethical challenges are associated with AI-driven player profiling and personalization? Collecting and analyzing data raises concerns about privacy. Not all players are willing to provide their personal information. Interpreting analysis results can be challenging and requires a lot of fine-tuning for the AI models and some specialists to analyze the data. Otherwise, the AI models could result in some inaccurate information. Ethical concerns in gaming center around how player data is used for personalization, monetization, and sharing with advisors, advertisers, as well as the need for transparency when collecting data. AI algorithms need large data sets to be valuable, especially for globally released games. Removing bias from AI models remains a major challenge across industries, including gaming. AI algorithms need significant resources and investment to process large datasets. Significance and impact. AI models that analyze player behavior help developers create more engaging and personalized gaming experiences tailored to what each player is like, making them feel more satisfied. This personalization isn't just for games. It works in many other areas such as e-commerce, education, and digital marketing. When companies understand what users prefer, they can make better recommendations that prolong player retentions. Limitations. While using secondary data from published studies, I had to select sources that align with my research objectives. The biases and interpretations of original researchers can affect this data, which in return influences my study's findings. Additionally, workers with published data has its own limitations as it may not fully address new research questions. Conclusion. So, in conclusion, AI-driven player profiling greatly improved the flexibility and responsiveness of gaming environments. Machine learning algorithms, including reinforcement learning and neural networks, continuously improved player models over time, allowing for more accurate predictions of player behavior and preferences. There are ethical concerns regarding data privacy and the necessity for more transparent AI models that can ensure fair and unbiased interactions for players. These are my citations for the pictures, the graphs, and the informations.
You want to stop sharing and tell us about your experience with this program?
Yeah. This program provided me a lot of insight into how research worked, and Professor Monica's thorough lessons about the concepts of AI with the methodologies and background informations of AI really helped give me an understanding behind artificial intelligence. And I especially like enjoyed the lessons about neural networks, and that's how I got my idea to choose gaming as like my research topic. And I'm also very thankful for Professor K's guidance on creating the slides and using certain informations. She also helped me with formatting the essay and the presentations. Overall, I'm very thankful towards Coach Joe and the other professors for providing me this opportunity to make a huge difference in my learning goals.
Excellent. Professor Sava?
Well, obviously, you again covered a lot of material, and you actually, as we discussed, you had a lot of knowledge also coming in. Obviously, we hit different areas. What did you find the most shocking that you didn't think you were going to find from doing the research for this paper? Did anything surprise you, or was everything exactly the way that you thought it was going to be?
Well, not really. It didn't really surprise me because I already had like a bit of background knowledge about this. But like the gaming session links from 2022 to 2023 kind of surprised me because I thought there would be like more players, more people willing to play games over time. But it was kind of like equal, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Professor K?
Hi, Sharon. We just
Hello, Professor
worked a while ago. All right. Don't you find it concerning that, or do you agree that gaming companies should profile their gamers and have access to information?
I think companies should use less information, but like they should also use a little bit more information as they needed to find out how it affects like the player base and other things.
Do you wish to continue this type of research as you go to college or not?
I would like to continue, but like more of like a primary research and use my like own resources and actually like conduct surveys and samples.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much.